Good afternoon, dear friends. My name is Sotiris Salamouris, and I am the Chief Technology Officer of Olympic Broadcasting Services and Olympic Channel Services. These are two companies that belong to the Olympic movement. Olympic Broadcast Services is the host broadcasting of the Olympic Games, and also known as OBS, and Olympic Channel Services is the company which is responsible for delivering the Olympic content to the global audience all year round for all the time before and between the games. Most of them, these two companies are extremely engaged with Alibaba, and we are talking about today about the services that Alibaba has provided to us focused on AI. In the end, they all service a common final objective: help our global audience deeper engage with the beauty and excitement of the Olympic sports. But instead of talking too much, let me share now with you a video that will introduce you to the latest works that we have done together with our partner Alibaba Cloud around use of AI, artificial intelligence, in a way to enhance our Olympic storytelling.
With OBS and OCS working in the coverage and digital engagement of the biggest sporting event, it's inevitable that we currently look into the possibilities of technology.
We have innovations in many fronts. Some of them have to do with the visual experience of the final user, so how we project all these data that we have. In that sense, AI is also helping us. So we have introduced a multicam replay where we do the effect of a frozen moment in time and we move around it. We are also doing stroboscopic replays, especially very useful on sports like gymnastics. We have some metrics for serve reaction time in tennis, which gives how fast a tennis player reacts when they are about to receive a serve.
For table tennis, we are introducing the new technology, the AI camera. The sticker actually is to capture the movement of the ball, and then we can see actually from the scene that you can see the track of the ball appear on the image, and also we can see the spin of the ball. So that's really a new thing that come up for this Olympic game. So everyone's super excited about that.
We record the heartbeat of the athletes for archery, and we're the only sport in the Olympics doing it. Typically, the third arrow, the heart rate will go up. So then you see the stress level of the athletes. It's just filming a small part of the face, and that allows them to capture the heart rate. Then, okay, well, the rest is algorithms and probably some AI, and that produces then the heart rate.
The other new thing that we're also introducing for Paris 24 is some augmented graphics. So graphics that tell us things like how high the divers jumped off the dive board, how fast they're traveling when they hit the water. A bit of extra information for the viewer at home to get a sense of exactly what's going on when the diver performs their dive.
We have introduced what we call the object tracking, very useful in a cycling road, rowing, sailing, where we pinpoint the individual athletes in a situation where normally you wouldn't be able to identify them that well, with some tags, some labels that are marking you who is who, and you can have a better idea of what's going on in the race. Some of the things that we are doing as well is automatically generated content from the data and the streams that we are using in order to create faster highlights. So we combine very strong data that is coming from the organizing committee, as well as the data that our loggers are introducing, combined with our video feeds, and artificial intelligence can understand what's going on and can offer a set of rough cuts or even highlights as a final product that can be even directly published into social media as a vertical format, a square format, horizontal format.
AI gives you the ability to do that at scale because it can automate this content creation. It can create this kind of highlights in a manner that doesn't require human intervention, apart from some high-level parameters that can be given to the AI platform in order to create this content automatically. We are using AI to allow for a much higher customization of our content that would be possible if we were just using human editors or producers and so on. This video gave you a broad overview of what we already delivered in Paris last year, based on AI technologies predominantly offered by our partner, Alibaba Cloud. From this starting point, we are already in our last preparations for even more extensive deployments that will follow in the Milano Cortina Games and beyond. Alibaba is helping both OBS and OCS with its cloud-based AI technologies to enhance content delivery, viewer experience, and operations efficiency. Let's talk first about the adoption by AI by Olympic Broadcasting Services, the host broadcaster of the Olympic Games. OBS began the use and integration of AI as early as 2018 in the Winter Games of Pyeongchang in Korea. At the same time, by the way, with the beginning of our collaborations with Alibaba. This was not a coincidence. Our partnering with Alibaba was a catalyst that helped us move faster in the AI area. So today, we are among first the earliest, and I would also claim one of the most successful adopters of AI in our industry, in the industry of broadcasting. As of today, OBS is an extensive user of AI-based tools and services, which range from all the way from machine learning to deep learning and to large language models, like, of course, the QN family that was explained before, provided by Alibaba Cloud. Our AI adoption is predominantly guided by three specific objectives. First, enhance the viewer experience. Second, optimize our content production workflows. And third, improve planning and operational efficiency. Let's first talk about enhancing the viewer experience. You saw already in the video some good examples of different visual representations that we can now achieve with the use of AI. AI, as in the use case of the Alibaba multi-camera replay systems that you saw, or the stroboscopic replay, that was also a few examples in our video, essentially analyzes the visual content of a scene, and it can separate the actual sports action for the background and for everything else. Once a particular sport action is isolated, then it can be further analyzed and presented in many different ways, always allowing for a much deeper and better storytelling. Also, another bonus out of this kind of separation, isolation, and analysis is that we can derive all sorts of additional sports-related performance data. For example, heights of jumps, spins of balls, like, for example, in table tennis or in tennis, trajectories of balls, like, for example, in the case of curling, and other features that you can just derive by this independence, this isolation between the actual sports scene or the athlete and everything else. Of course, when this exists, we can allow for a much, much easier sports presentation. We can make the sport much more understandable, and especially in a multi-sport environment like the Games, the Olympic Games, such tools can be tremendously helpful because they can help lesser-known sports become more watched and over time more popular. Another important area where AI is revolutionizing sports broadcasting relates, of course, to sports content repurposing. That is when live content is being reused after or during, sometimes also, the live competition to create additional representations of the sport content. And this can happen while the event is still live, or it can also happen while the event has been stored. Using AI tools supported by Alibaba, we can now tag and classify content in a way that is much more efficiently than ever before. This is the first step if you want to really do content repurposing. Moreover, with computer vision and large language models, we can even interface with the content using natural language, which is again a major enabler when you like to retrieve content that is stored in deep archives. In OBS, with the help of Alibaba Cloud, we have developed several tools which we can collectively call the Automatic Media Description Project, which enhance the speed and accuracy of all the metadata generation that were used for our tagging and content classification purposes, which subsequently allow for all these cool applications when it comes to repurposing content. For example, we can repurpose content by creating automated highlights, create automated story summaries, and so on. Let's now talk about how we are using also LLMs. Sorry. Okay. How we're using also LLMs in the use case of Olympic Channel. A very exciting new initiative together with Alibaba Cloud is the creation of Olympic GPT and several other Olympic AI agents. All of them aim to empower Olympics.com to distribute the content in a way that can be much more effectively discoverable by the end users. So what is the Olympic GPT? Olympic GPT is an LLM chatbot, which is available in Olympics.com, that will allow Olympic fans to ask general questions, request recommendations, or find content within the site, or even from our deep Olympic archive. Olympic GPT will also be accompanied by a number of distinct Olympic AI agents. We can talk about three of them, which are already in the pipeline. An AI-generated article summaries agent, which gives global fans a quick, accessible overview of all the articles that we are publishing in Olympics.com. The snackable insights feature, which dynamically inserts contextual level pieces of information as athlete bios, sports history, and key stats within the articles. And also an AI daily recap feature, which provides users with a personalized summary of all the key events, match results, and highlights from the day in Olympics.com. Both the Olympic GPT and the AI agents are currently planned for introduction during the Milano Cortina Games. We talked about what we are currently doing in Olympics.com and for OBS, the host podcast of the Olympic Games, but there is a broader overview which spans towards the future of our collaboration with Alibaba. This is a fundamental part of the IOC strategy when it comes to the use of artificial intelligence in the context of sports. So there is a broader impact when it comes to the use of AI, especially in the case of multi-sports events, where the Olympics, as we know, is the biggest and more complex of all. So what the future is actually bringing us? First of all, the use of AI in the planning and operational workflows, which will hopefully help us reduce the media operations footprint in the future games. From a sports content perspective, AI can also help promote underrepresented sports, lesser-known sports, and athletes through more engaging content on scale, especially with the use of tools that we just showed before. From the side of the viewer of the fan, AI will allow for a much more powerful and sophisticated personalization, which makes content discovery and presentation far easier and far better targeted. So, for the foreseeable future, AI will remain an integral part of the IOC's vision for inspiring and connecting sports fans through sports. Our partnership with Alibaba will remain a strong enabler to this journey. Thank you so much, and see you all in Milano in a few months from now.